Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the DevDojo journey. Today is Friday, June 24th, and this is episode 8 that you are watching. This last week, I actually had a pretty relaxed week. Me and the family went to Disney World and Universal Studios, so I didn't get to get too much done, but I still wanted to make sure that I continue creating these videos for the DevDojo journey. So in each video, it's going to be pretty short, and I'm just transparent about all the numbers, the revenue numbers, progress, and questions. So each video has 3 parts. It includes the stats, some updates, and questions. So how about we jump into the stats? Okay, so we are at 60,149 users who have signed up for a free DevDojo account. That's super cool. I think that's actually up about a little bit more than usual. So up about 650 from last week. So 650 new people who've just signed up for a free account in a week. I'd say that's pretty good. Let me jump over to the number of customers. So we are at 698, and that is a dip from last week. I believe about a dip of 4, maybe 5. But like I said, I'm getting this new version of Tails that's going to be out there, and I really feel like this is going to help with the active paying users. Jumping over for the 30-day month to date, it looks like that we are at 6,898. So that's pretty even. I think it's down a little bit maybe from last week, but not too much, not anything significant. And then the analytics, we are at about 27,000 users who have visited the website in the last week. And that's actually up a little bit. So I think that's up about 2,000 from our normal week. So that is pretty cool. So that's it for the stats. How about we jump into a few updates? Okay, so like I said, last week or this week, I didn't really get too much done, but one thing that I actually did do, even though I was on vacation, I still, pulled open my laptop at night and got a few things done, just because I'm excited about some of the cool stuff that's coming to this new version of Tails. So right here in front of us is the new landing page. You probably will not see this unless you've been added to the beta, but this is the new version of the Tails 2.0 page. And the cool thing about this is actually built using Tails itself. So if I jump over to my API application, I'm hitting this API, and then it's giving me back the full HTML, the header, body, and footer for this project. It's also giving me back the full project details, as well as the page details and the components. So this is going to be one thing that's really cool in this new version of Tails. We're going to release an API that you can build your pages in Tails, and then you can call the API and get the HTML, compiled CSS, and just everything else, all the info for that specific project. So yeah, super cool. If I were to open up this app and make a slight modification to this page, let's say the ultimate design tool for Tailwind CSS. Maybe I just change this to say devs instead of developers, but I think I'll probably change that back. Let me go ahead and click on save, and now check this out. If we jump back over to the homepage, to devdojo.com/tails, then sure enough, we see that text has been updated. So super cool, because we can use this API to build your designs into your existing application. So I'm super excited about this. I'll continue to be building more of Tails through the next couple of weeks. And I think we're getting pretty close to releasing it to most people so they can check out the beta. That's it for the updates. Let's go ahead and jump into a few questions. Okay, so each week I field some questions that were asked from the previous week's videos. So if you have a question for me that you want to answer in next week's video, be sure to leave them in the comments below. So let's jump into a few questions that we had from last week. So Owen is asking, I was wondering, when you show us Tails, there's a tools menu, what's in there? So this is actually only an admin section of Tails. So this right here is the tools page, and this is kind of just for me. Like, I built it myself just so that I could preview it, and then I could generate the thumb. So whenever you're building out an application, there's probably a lot of admin views that you want to build specifically just to make your life easier. That's pretty much all that was. But thanks for asking. Loving the episodes as always. Cheers to Tails V2. Dude, appreciate it. Let's see, thanks for the updates. Would love to see you tackle some inertia stack stuff as well. So I'm a big fan of the tall stack, Tailwind, Alpine, Laravel, and Livewire. But another stack includes Inertia, which is Vue.js as opposed to Alpine. I may cover some inertia stuff in the future because I would be interested to see how that compares to Livewire. I've actually just dabbled in inertia at the very beginning. Probably spent about a week playing around with inertia, but then I got into the tall stack and really just started loving it from there. So maybe in the future I will create some content on inertia. Thanks for the comment. Let's see, it says, by Christian, I would not describe myself as a dev, but I started watching the Fancy Bar episodes and I couldn't stop. Ah, that's cool, man. Will you finish the series one day? I think actually, I may even restart that series because I do want to continue with that, but I'm actually going to use the new Tails page builder in conjunction with the new version of Wave that I will cover in just a second. So yes, I will finish it, but we may actually restart that series. Let's see, we got a few more here. So I think it's Jeeth is asking, this is kind of off topic. It said, I am developing new scripts for Code Canyon. May I know what your opinion is about it? Is it still worth it? Absolutely. I started off building scripts on Code Canyon, made a good amount of money, and the best thing is I learned a lot of things along the way. So is it worth it? Absolutely. Okay, let's see. Last question. I have one question. Is there any update in Wave? So Wave is the software as a service starter kit. If you go to devdojo.com/wave, you can check it out here. It is a SaaS starter kit built on top of Laravel. So I probably will release some updates later this year, but I do have some plans to kind of change the way that we've built it. So right now, Wave, you install on your own server and then you're kind of just off and running. You can come to DevDojo, check out the videos, how to use it, how to set up billing, authentication, and a bunch of other things. In the future, I'm actually going to combine it into a new project that I'm going to call Foundation. And that is going to work hand in hand with Tails. So Tails will be the designer and then Foundation will be the app builder. So that's kind of some plans. I don't have anything set in stone yet, but just kind of things that I've been going through in my head about the next iteration of Wave. So that's it for this week's video. I hope you guys had a great week, and I will see you next week in the next episode of the DevDojo Journey. Thanks again for watching.